Yo, what is going on, my YouTube people? 29 United back here with another video. In today's video, we're going to be predicting the January/February World Cup qualifiers that are coming up soon. We're going to be doing three continents: Concacaf, which is North America; CONMEBOL, which is South America; and the AFC, which is in Asia. Those are the three continents that we'll be playing during that period of time. If you guys are new to this channel, please make sure to drop a sub. I am very close to 3,000 subscribers. Like the video, share it around, follow my Twitter, my Instagram, join my Discord. All of those links will be down in the description, so make sure you do that. Now, before we start, I just want to say these are all just my predictions. Do not get mad if, it doesn't go your way. This is truly what I believe and nothing more than that. So let's now get started with the CONCACAF region. So if you look at the table, Canada are currently first, the United States of America are second, Mexico third, Panama fourth. Realistically, I think it's going to be one of these four countries that are going to go up. Obviously, the top three goes up, and I think Canada has been the shocker of the tournament in a good way. Everyone probably did not expect them to be first, and I live in Canada, so I am definitely supporting them, and I'm very happy that they're first. But there is a little problem. Well, I say little, it is actually quite big. Canada's best player, Alphonso Davies, is out because of some heart issues. So, as I said, they're currently first with 16 points, 1 point off the United States of America, 1 point off Mexico, 2 points off Mexico, and they are playing against Honduras on the 27th, and they are playing against the US 3 days later. Now, I'm gonna show you a screen of all the games that are being played in that time frame, and we're going to go one by one just to make it easier. So for Jamaica against Mexico, I think Mexico is going to win. Jamaica haven't been looking too good. USA and El Salvador doesn't look too good either, so I think the United States are going to win that. Canada, Honduras, I think, are currently last place, so I think this should be a breeze for Canada, regardless of them not having Alphonso Davies. For Panama, Costa Rica, that's going to be a very interesting game. Costa Rica have not done that well, considering what everyone knows them. Obviously they've been really great over the years, but they haven't done that well in these qualifiers. I think Panama's going to win this. And as for Canada, USA, I'm going to be a little biased, obviously, because I live in Canada. I come from Canada. I think Canada is going to win it by a slim margin. The US are known to be, I wouldn't say bottlers, I think that's a little disrespectful, but they're known to be very, how do I say this, very weird in some of their big games. Games that they're expected to win sometimes don't necessarily go their way. I'm not saying they're expected to win against this Canadian side, but without Alphonso Davies, I think it's going to make a huge difference. I think it's either going to be a tie or a win for Canada, and I do hope so, because it's going to be a huge 3 points for Canada if they do manage to win. Then Mexico versus Costa Rica, I think Mexico is going to win this with ease. Panama, Jamaica, I think Panama is going to win. Honduras, El Salvador, let's give this to Honduras. Why not? Jamaica, Costa Rica, I think Costa Rica is going to win it. US, Honduras, I think USA is going to win it. Canada and El Salvador, I think Canada is going to win it as well. As for Mexico, Panama, that's a very good game. Panama could be a little surprise here. You know what? I'm going to back them. I'm going to say Panama is going to pull out a shocker and win against Mexico in that case. So, in that case, I think the top three that are gonna be there is going to be still Canada, US, and Mexico. I don't think anything is going to change. I don't think Panama is going to come in the third place, or Costa Rica. And yeah, that's for CONCACAF. And we're going to now move on to the Asian qualifiers. So for the Asian qualifiers right now, the table, man, it's very one-sided in the Group A with my beloved Iran. So guys, just for the reference, I say I come from Canada. I'm also Iranian. I consider myself more Iranian than Canadian, but it is what it is. And Iran are doing very well with 16 points. They haven't lost a single game yet. Same goes for South Korea. They haven't lost a game so far. They have tied twice, however. And the UAE are third, Lebanon fourth, Iraq fifth, and Syria are sixth. We're going to start with the Group A first, or should I just go with all of them? You know what? I'm going to go with all of them. So Group B, we got Saudi Arabia, Japan, Australia, Oman, China, and Vietnam, respectively. And as for the games, realistically, it's going to be pretty self-explanatory. If Iran win their next game, they're through to the World Cup and are going to be the first Asian country to be qualified at it. But we're going to start one by one here. So Australia versus Vietnam. Vietnam, I think, are currently last, correct? Yes, they are currently last in the group. And I had a little bit of hope for Vietnam. They're a growing nation when it comes to football. And I really do hope in the future things go well for them. I just don't see it happening right now. However, I think Australia is going to win this with ease. Japan, China. It is important to know that for Japan, they are out of the top 3 teams in Group B, so out of Saudi Arabia and Australia, they currently have 2 losses, which is very important to know because I feel like if Japan loses one game, not saying it's going to be over for them completely, but they're not going to look good. Anyways, I don't think they're going to lose against China. I think China have regressed, if I'm being honest. I expected way more than what they're currently doing. I think they're right below Oman. As for that, really, all I have to say is I'm kind of disappointed in China, to be fair. I really thought they would do better. Then we hop on to Group A. We got Lebanon and South Korea. I think South Korea will win it. Not easily. Lebanon have surprised me so far. So I think Lebanon will put on a fight. But I think South Korea is going to win at the end. And then Iran, Iraq, the derby, man. One of the most underrated derbies out there, in my opinion. Not necessarily the most eye-catching one. You know, there's not that many big players. Yes, maybe for Iran, but as for Iraq, not that much. I believe it's going to be Zidane Iqbal from Manchester United's first game for Iraq, so that'll be pretty interesting to see. But yeah, man, as I said, as an Iranian, I just want us to win. I don't care what the scoreline is. Just win, and we're qualified, and my worries are over until the end of 2022. I do think Iran are going to win it. Dragan Skocic, I don't think he's going to let his team go down like that. And last time we played against Iraq, we were pretty dominant, but we'll see this time around. United Arab Emirates versus Syria. Syria, again, another team that has disappointed me. They've done so well back in the 2018 qualifiers. They were actually very, very close of making it, but to their demise did not. I think the UAE are going to win it. Saudi Arabia and Oman. Oman is another team that has surprised me a lot, kind of like Lebanon. They have won against Japan, which was a very shockful win, probably the most shockful out of all the games that have been played so far in the qualifiers. But I think Saudi Arabia are going to win it. And if I'm not mistaken, I think if Saudi Arabia also wins, they're qualified. I could be wrong on this one, however, please correct me if I am. Then, this is now in February. Japan versus Saudi Arabia. This is, for me, in my opinion, the game to watch, and could be the game that determines if Japan are going to make the World Cup or not. That's just my opinion. Obviously, there's going to be all other games, but if Saudi Arabia do manage to win against Japan, this is going to put Japan in a pickle, because Australia then has a huge chance of coming second, and if they do, Japan are going to have to find a way. And I'm going to be honest, I have seen their games and Japan has not impressed me that much. I will be honest, they haven't been that great, by their standards at least, and I think the Japanese people that are watching this video will also agree with me. They haven't been the best. I don't know what's going on, but they have been disappointing in my opinion. Maybe they look strong on paper. Right now you guys are seeing that they're second, but trust me, if you watch them play, if you've seen what's happening, if you've been following the qualifiers, you would see that Japan is not necessarily secured qualification to the World Cup. There's actually a long way to go. So Saudi Arabia and Japan, as I said, Japan are going to have to win this if they really want to solidify their second place. If not, Australia has a huge chance. The next game, Lebanon Iraq. Honestly, wow, to be honest with you, I have no idea. Neither team here can win. I'll give it to Iraq. I think they're going to still win here. Vietnam, China, the 2 bottom teams. I think China are going to win. Syria, South Korea. As I said, Syria just don't look that good anymore, unfortunately for them. I think South Korea is going to win. And Iran and the UAE. I think Iran are going to win it. I think Iran's going to go undefeated the whole thing. That's just my opinion. They might struggle in South Korea. That might be the only team they're going to struggle against. But that's a game that are later in the year. Oman, Australia, like I said. So hypothetically, let's say if Japan loses against Saudi Arabia and Australia wins against Oman, Japan is going to be in a pickle for the rest of the qualifiers, and they're going to have to find a way to climb back up. Do I think it's going to happen? I don't know. Japan are known to do well in certain big games. So I do think it's going to be a very, very interesting game. It could tie up as a tie, Japan and Saudi Arabia, which in that case I think Japan are safe. But yeah, that's for the AFC qualifiers, guys. We're going to move on to the CONMEBOL qualifiers, and currently in the CONMEBOL, we've got two countries that are already through to the World Cup, and that is Brazil and Argentina. Ecuador, Colombia, Peru, and Chile, and Uruguay are chasing the last spots. I don't think Bolivia, Paraguay, Venezuela are going to make it. Actually, maybe Bolivia. Bolivia do have a chance. I don't think Paraguay has a chance, and Venezuela are just not doing good at all. The shock of this qualifier so far for me, in my opinion, is Uruguay. What are they doing in 7th place? I have no idea, but I've seen a lot of people criticize them by saying they're having, an aging team. Yes, they've got a couple of young players in Federico Valverde, but they just don't seem to be doing that well yet for Uruguay. As for the games, we're going to do this quickly here. Ecuador and Brazil. I think Brazil is going to win, even though they're already qualified. I think they just want to go undefeated here. Paraguay and Uruguay. I think Uruguay is going to win. Chile, Argentina. It's going to be a very, very tough one. Argentina are still undefeated alongside Iran. Now that Algeria has lost in the AFCON, by the way, Argentina and Iran, I think, are the only undefeated teams since 2021 started. So I think Argentina is going to win here. Colombia, Peru. Peru have been doing very well. And you know what? I will back the Peruvians here. I hope Peru makes it. So I think Peru is going to win against Colombia. Venezuela, Bolivia. I think Bolivia is going to win. And then there's another match day, which is in February between Bolivia and Chile. I think Chile is going to win. Uruguay, Venezuela. I think Uruguay is going to win. Argentina, Colombia. I think Argentina is going to win. Brazil and Paraguay. I think Brazil are going to win. And Peru, Ecuador. I think Peru is going to win. So as for the standings, it's going to be very similar. But this standing is definitely looking way more exciting than the ones in AFC and Concacaf, in my opinion. Actually, not quite. Concacaf, it could really go either way. It's between Concacaf and CONMEBOL, I think, with very interesting standings right there. So, these are, guys, my opinions on the January/February World Cup qualifiers. If you guys agree, disagree, please let me know. Let me know your guys' predictions. If you guys disagree with me or agree on some, let me know. Feedback is important. And let me know where you guys are watching the video from. What country are you guys backing? For example, I'm backing Canada and Iran. Maybe you come from, I don't know, Peru, and you're backing Peru, Bolivia. I don't know. Let me know, guys. We'd quite appreciate it. And yeah, so as I said, if you guys are new, make sure to drop a sub. Very close to 3,000 subscribers. All my socials are down in the description. Go ahead and click on that. And yeah, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one.
Damn, I'm on red alert. How she went up in the dirt, man. I don't wanna hurt.